Hey everyone, hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, then welcome. So I am excited and nervous and already dreading kind of this wash day, because as you can see from the title and hopefully the very cute thumbnail, I am going to be doing a protective style today that is unlike any that I have done before. If you've been with me on my channel, then you might know that medium twists are my favorite protective style. They're so cute. They usually last me about 3 weeks, which for me is pretty good considering how tangled my hair is. 3 weeks is a lovely break from wash day. Although I love that style, I don't do it often because it usually takes me 7 to 8 hours to complete. It takes a lot out of me, so I love it, but it's a lot. Today I'm going to be experimenting a little bit with that style. I need a break from my hair. My hair and I are not getting along recently. It has been a hot mess. I have not had very many cute hair days. And plus, if you guys have seen some of my recent videos over the past month or two, I have a very busy summer. This week, I am going to be hosting my best friend and his wife's baby shower. Also, at the end of the month, I'm going with my boyfriend to Maine to visit family for 2 weeks. I'm not going to be able to do my usual like 6 hours if I'm not like taking a snack break and watching a couple shows with all the steps included. I can't be doing that while we're supposed to be having family time. I am going to be needing a nice low maintenance style that can handle all the hiking we're going to be doing. Maine is a very outdoorsy place, so we're going to be going to cabins, lakes, stuff like that. And last but very much so least, because I wish this was not happening, I am supposed to be getting surgery next month. I say supposed to because I don't know if I'm going through with it, because every time I think about it I have a panic attack. But I'm supposed to get some fibroids removed next month with surgery and recovery. I've never had surgery before. Hair needs to be the last thing on my mind while I'm dealing with all that. This style is going to be a trial run to see if it could be a good option for all those big life things that I have coming up in the next few weeks. I've been doing a lot of research, you guys. When it comes to protective styles, I've never had any sort of style where there was any hair added. So for the past month or so, I've been researching, looking into how I can do this, because number one, I am not paying someone. They're gonna charge me an arm and a leg. It's just no, I don't have the money for that. I love the look of box braids, Senegalese twists, goddess braids, boho braids, so beautiful. The styles with the hair added, I have tried to see if I can attempt. I'm not coordinated. I don't think I can do it. Maybe not this round. Maybe in the future when I get a little bit more comfortable, when I don't have such a high stakes summer ahead of me. For right now, it's just I'll be doing good to even pull this off that I have in my mind. But just based on what I've seen and the look that I like and what I think I might be able to pull off, I'm gonna be doing Senegalese twists, just using my own hair. The challenge is that I'm expecting the same things that happen when I do my medium twists on wet curly hair. My roots start to get loose after about a week or two, especially when I start to work out, because I sweat so much in my scalp and it is humid AF where I live. So I already got that ahead of me, plus all the nature stuff I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. The roots are definitely going to be starting to get interesting. Rather than twisting at the root, what I've seen people do both when they are doing styles where they're using hair added, or if they're going to be doing the style using their own hair, a good tip that I think might work for me, they will start each twist with it braided first to help it not get poofy as quickly, and also lay a bit flatter initially, and then they start to twist. So that's what I'm going to attempt, keyword attempt, to do. All this is subject to change once I actually get in here. I'm going to be braiding and then twisting the rest of the way down to hopefully help it to last longer, lay flatter, and just look really cute. Because I'm thinking that, yeah, if I just twist, especially plot twist, I'm going to be doing this on blow dried hair, which I've never done before. I'm nervous and excited because I'm hoping that the extra length and elongation will help the style to last longer versus me doing it on curly hair like I normally do. Give me a different look, which will be fun to play around with. Longevity is the name of the game. If I did add hair, it probably, I'm pretty sure definitely the style would last a lot longer. I've seen people say they get anywhere from a month to maybe 2 months with box braids, Senegalese twist, which is like, that would be a dream. But this is my first go around with doing something like this. No hair added this time. Again, we'll see in the future. I'd be good to get like 3 weeks out of this because it's summer. I'm going to be blow drying my hair using my MyRevAir reverse air dryer, which I did a full video on. I'll make sure to link it up in the little eye up here. I can't wait to use that when I straighten my hair. That's going to be very fun. For this style, I'm going to be using that because it's much more gentle on my hair than traditional blow drying. The time that I used it, my hair felt so much more smoother and conditioned, which is definitely what I need for a protective style. I want to give my hair some nourishment going into this style, to be able to see exactly what I'm working working with it being in a straightened style. This first time that I do this style is going to be my tester before the trip, the surgery, and baby comes. So I am going to be seeing what products I like to refresh the style. I'm going to be playing with mousse, sprays, maybe some gel. As of right now, I don't know all the products I'm going to be using for this style. We'll be going over them as I kind of like go through and show you guys. But as far as how we're getting things started, I'm going to either be using the Joico Moisture Recovery Moisturizing Conditioner for thick, coarse, dry hair. Pre-poo, I used this last time that I straightened my hair, and it did such an amazing job at leaving my hair feeling soft, conditioned, and super detangled. So this is a very high contender for that, since I know that it already works. Or I might be using the Tresemme Botanique Damage Recovery with macadamia oil and wheat protein. Getting things started with something like this might fortify my hair, give me a little nice hit of strength. I don't know how it does as far as moisture, since I have never used this one. So I'm going to be slapping one or both of these on my hair to detangle. As usual, whatever I use to pre-poo my hair definitely has its work cut out for it. Oh, I also just headed my hair. And as far as where we are right now with what I know I'm going to be using for products, in addition to the pre-poo situation, I'm also going to be using this to deep condition. This is from the new Extreme Hydration collection from MyRevAir. I used this product the first time that I used the MyRevAir on my hair, and I really liked it. It's got a nice mix of silicones, oils, humectants, and moisturizers in there. Tons of shine. That slip definitely going to come in handy. I'm going to be using this as my deep conditioner. Other than that, y'all, I don't know what I'm going to be using. I think I might be starting things off with a very moisturizing edge control to really lay those roots down when I'm going to be doing the braid. Adding a little bit of a very strong holding gel that I've never used before. I want something that's going to give me a lot of hold without flaking and drying. So that is the goal. I'm happy that I've got some fresh color. I did a protein treatment recently, so I feel like I am protective style ready. Once I actually get in here, see what my hair might like, then we will kind of go from there. So my hair was very thoroughly detangled. I actually used a wide tooth comb for the first time in over 10 years. I did a video all about the experience. Really loved how the results turned out, so I'll make sure to link that in the eye above as well. I used this comb that I've had for maybe 15 years that I absolutely adore, and I compared it in a head-to-head with the Cosmology detangling comb, so highly recommend checking out that video. After rinsing out my deep conditioner, I used this hydrating leave-in spray, also from MyRevAir, and it did a really good job in giving me some nice lightweight moisture, as well as some heat protection due to the ingredients in the product, and just left my hair feeling really good before blow drying. I didn't want to use too much because, as I mentioned in my super detailed MyRevAir video, you don't want to use too much product before you use that tool because you can actually mess it up. So that is definitely not what we want. It's a lightweight product, but still gives me some nice moisture. So I used enough to where I was able to adequately distribute it through my hair, but I wasn't my normal heavy hand itself with the product, just used enough to where it was able to soften nicely and give me some nice prep moisture before going in with the blow dryer. It sprays out really nicely. It's almost like a creamy foam type of product. So with my strands being naturally pretty coarse, I was able to distribute this really well. This is nice and lightweight, which is perfect before a protective style because I didn't want my hair to feel heavy or weighed down in any way. Once the product was applied to both sides of my hair, I put it into these little buns and I let things air dry for maybe an hour and a half so they wouldn't be soaking wet when it was time to blow dry. I felt soft, fluffy, and ready to get this party started with blow drying. Tons of volume, which I think will help me since I'm not going to be using any hair added, because I know that usually when I twist, the volume goes way down in my hair. So I think the fact that I still have a lot of texture and volume in my hair, even after blow drying, as you'll see, my twist to look a lot juicier and more plump than usual. My hair was so easy to separate after this whole wide tooth comb situation and the products that I used, so I was already feeling really good about this. For my settings for the RevER, this time I decided to go up to the highest setting of 7 for the tension to help get my hair a bit straighter. But for the temperature, I mostly kept it on the cool setting and alternated with the medium ever so slightly. So I'd have maybe 80% of the time the temperature was on cool, and the remaining 20%, mainly at my roots and maybe the mid shaft where it tended to stay wet the most, was at that 20%. And as you can see, the RevER is good no matter what your length of hair is. I could have like 5 feet of hair and still be able to use this tool with no problems. That first reveal feeling never gets old. Gets my hair so much straighter than traditional blow drying. Every time I use the RevER, I'm always like, what is this magic? My hair feels a lot softer. It doesn't have as much dehydrated feeling that I would usually get when I would blow dry. I would just go in with my RevER until my hair didn't feel damp anymore. My hair holds on to water so much, even after I air dried for about an hour and a half, my hair was still pretty damp, especially as I mentioned at the roots and the mid shaft. So I would just repeat this process with each section until it was fully dry. And I removed the hair tie here because my hair will easily take on the shape of the hair tie, and I wanted to try to keep it as straight as I could without it taking on any shapes before I was all done. I also went in and did some trimming of single strand knots that I came across just because I couldn't help it. They were driving me crazy. And for my pre-poo to detangle, I ended up using that Joico that I mentioned to you guys I used last time I straightened. I also combined that with the treatment balm, also from Joico's moisture line. I used that same combination last time I straightened, and this time, awesome slip, awesome moisture. Love that combination. Those two are probably going to be on my 2024 favorites list. You guys might notice that in between the voiceover, I don't have any music, and that's because my YouTube, I feel like is acting weird when I add music, even though I'm using it from their library, which is not very good, by the way. So I'm experimenting with the silence, see if that helps with the analytics. So if it's super quiet in between, that's why. I'm seeing what happens if I add no music, because I've been having the worst luck with music. I used to have this website that had good music, but then they started acting funny with copyright, even though there are no copyright website. So we'll see how this whole Silent Bob situation goes in this video. Almost done. I just have one section at the front here. And I put my hair up and went to bed because I was going to be saving the actual braid / twist for the next day, because at this point it was probably like 3 or 4 in the morning, so I needed to regain my strength and energy for my next big long mega task for the next day. I love the way that my hair turned out. The prep for this style turned out so nice. Now, usually when I do the version of this style on wet curly hair, I have a lot of tangles that I deal with along the way, but not this time. Next day, take off all my mini scarves that help to flatten my hair a little bit because my hair loves some volume. So I have things all sectioned to start getting things started with the twist. My hair has some really nice elongation. I use this edge control from the Main Choice, this gel from Soultanicals, and this growth serum from Curl Mix to help with any type of itchiness I might have on my scalp along the way. So this is a lesson section. So first I'm going to be applying the edge control to my roots. That sticky texture is really going to help me with helping to lock out the humidity, help my hair lay flatter and not poof out as much as it would normally do if I was using the twisting method at the roots instead. I only do the braid maybe an inch or so, and then I switch to using my gel. This is when I would usually switch over to my gel to get onto the twisting portion of the style, and I think this method worked really well. The edge control plus the braiding, then switching to twisting, I think has really helped. Currently, when I'm doing this voiceover, I'm on day 10 of this style, and my roots are still very flat, not poofy, even despite the humidity and working out. This time is when I started to realize that this first section was way too small. If I did them all this size, the amount of tangling and locking of my hair, I don't even want to think about it. This is just way too tiny. But at least the angle was pretty good for you guys to kind of see how I start the process. So I am experimenting with different sizes of sections to more accurately get the size that I'm looking for, so that I won't be literally in tears when it's time to take these out. So this is much more my speed, what I was imagining when I was thinking about the sizing. because mini twists is, I can't do that. So the medium twists are perfect. These are actually smaller than my normal medium twists. The gel down the section. I kind of get rid of the 3 sections of the braid to prep my hair to turn into the twisting pattern instead. And this motion, you guys, is the bane of my existence when it comes to this style. If you notice, I'm twisting the section before I'm actually twisting the hair, almost like a rope twist. And someone that I watched their review said to do this to give you a tighter, more uniform twist so that it has a much less likelihood of unraveling. And it worked, but because, like I mentioned, I'm not coordinated, this was so hard for my hands to get a handle of. So once I would do the twist, I would smooth the section because I would have little flyaways and frizz sticking out. And I'm at this point realizing, like, I have so much longer to go. Look at the size difference of those two, y'all. Insane. So 2 down, 1 trillion to go, basically. So smoothing my edge control on the roots, smoothing the section, getting the braid ready. Moving down to a good stopping point to switch over to the twist. Apply my gel. And I think also smoothing like this and getting rid of the braid pattern is what's helping my braids and twists to blend seamlessly once the style is completed. Like, it doesn't have like a stark line where one ends and one begins. And I'm really happy about that. So here I go experimenting with this motion again. That was just, it was worth it in the end, but it made it take so much longer, you guys. So much longer. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way for me to do this. And it was a struggle, you guys. Eventually I found a way to work for me, but oh man, the twisting of each section before actually twisting was rough. In addition to this rope twisting motion, helping to prevent the twist from being too loose and keeping it nice and tight from root to ends, I also found that it gave my hair a lot of shine because I was smoothing the cuticle. In addition, it felt very soft because usually my hair is very coarse, and I felt this helped to really smooth things out nicely. It sucked, but it was really nice. And again, I'm going through and retightening the twist after I'm done, just going through and twisting the whole thing as a whole to help with any flyaways. And as you can see, I have a little loose section right there. So I go back in, as I mentioned, this last step is just further helping me to prevent those loose sections of the twist, any gaping, and then it's nice and tight. So I ended up starting my twist around 412, and I wanted to see how long it took. And as you'll see at the end, we go on a journey, you guys. This took forever. And because it took so long, this is actually going to be my style for when we go to Maine. I was not able to summon the strength to take this all down after only a week and a half and redo it. So I'm just hoping for the best. I'm going to be refreshing these twists and filming it to show you guys how that turns out because I cannot do this all over again. We leave in 2 days, so there's no way. There's no way. So I'm just hoping that this initial try of this style can rock with me for the next 2 weeks. I'm starting to get the hang of what works for me as far as this motion, just helping to tightly and thoroughly twist the section before joining it with the other section to form the twist really helped give me that nice tight uniform look. I finished one half of my head, now I have the other half in the top section, so we still had quite the journey ahead of us. Using my edge control right here to start the braid. Now the temples is where I normally get the loosest loosening of my twist. It does not want to stay tight for anything. It starts to really lose the shape. So I try to really be really intentional, especially with this front section of my hair. I actually had to redo this twist 2 or 3 times because I'd rather do it right the first time and have it last a lot longer than having to redo the twist like 2 days later. So I'm going to be refreshing them, as I mentioned, probably today. Miracle, but I'm trying to have some pre-filmed, ready to go videos while I'm gone. So that's 3 Fridays in a row. So that's 3 videos in the next 2 days. So my refreshing these twist video will probably be coming in 3 Fridays if everything goes all right. So I ended up having to switch to the Curls Blueberry Bliss control paste because I ran out of the main choice edge control. So that will be in my empties video coming out this Friday. Very exciting. My second one of the year. We are on a mission to use up 200 products in 2024, and this one is much bigger and longer and cozier than the last one, so I'm excited about that. So we've done our braid, moving on to the twist on this section, smoothing it down to help the section form that twist pattern after we've done the braid and give that nice uniform look between the two where it's nice and seamless. Doing that little pain in my butt motion here. A couple times I reverted to doing a normal twist because that's what I'm usually used to doing. And this extra step just took so long, the twirling around my finger of the sections. But I would go back and redo it. And I'll show you the difference. See how much tighter that one is compared to the non-twisted one? Really big difference in helping the twist to last longer. And also the overall look is a lot different by doing this. And although the gel, because it has so much water content, did make my curls come back a little bit in my blow-dried hair, it ended up working out because this is a very sticky gel, so the twists were able to adhere to each other really, really well, both of the sections when they came together to form the twist. Be sure to smooth the ends when I get to the bottom of the section to help it from unraveling. That's what I'm starting to face now that I'm going to be addressing when I refresh these bad boys today. Starting to unravel a little bit, but I can finally start to see some light at the end of this long, long tunnel. Going back and retwisting the finished twist just to help with any flyaways, help with tightening it up. Almost done. Looking really good. I'm liking what I see. I kind of like the varying size. It was gonna be super impossible almost for me to try to get them all the same size, so the variation I think works. At this point, I am happy because I know I don't have that much longer to go. Applying my edge control, I've got my hair parted the way I want for the final style, even though I've been playing around with these in different styles and the part doesn't really make a huge difference, but for the way I wear my hair mostly on the side, I'm glad I chose the side part. Twirling and twirling, twirling and twisting. This is me experimenting with the double twirl. It was a fail. I was like, nope, I'm going back to my one at a time. My brain could not compute the double twirl at this point. You could really see what I was doing with this front section. These twists tended to be the most uniform, which I'm happy about since you see the front twists front and center more than any other. So I was really happy with the size and look of these in particular. This one had a lot of little flyaways and little hairs trying to escape, so definitely concentrating on retwisting to smooth those in there. Get this twist nice and neat so that it'll last longer. Much better. Look at that. I love how the size of this is definitely was what I was going for. So these are my favorite of the various sizes that I have for sure. Now that I'm 10 days into the style, these are also the ones that have lasted the longest. So I am finally done. It is 1:16. I started at 4:12 p.m., finished at whatever that was, 4:16 a.m. Really, really happy with the result. These are definitely, as I mentioned, the smallest twists I have ever done on my hair. And I really, as I mentioned earlier, like the way the braid at the root blends with the twist throughout the majority of the length. I think that's going to make taking these out a lot easier. At least that's what I'm hoping. Here is my hair on day 4. I've been wearing it in like half up, half down and ponytail styles. And this is everything, of course, fully dry. It looks almost the same as when it was wet, just maybe a little bit shorter. This is so versatile. It's almost like straight hair in a way. Enjoy my length while also protecting my hair. I think this style is going to be super, super clutch in helping me to finally get my hair back to optimal health. So I'll be doing this style a lot, even beyond the summertime. And I haven't experimented with any other products since I did these twists, so they are just super, super shiny still from that initial day of putting them in. I haven't added any oil, any other gel. This is just the products that I used on day 1, and it looks good except for the little flaking situation that I've got going on right now. But other than that, they look and feel really, really good. Skip the edge control on the ends, but it worked well, just didn't look the best when interacting with the gel. This is day 7, I believe. Still, look at that. It looks so, so good. I have yet to put any product on it even by day 7. That is definitely going to change today on day 10, though. It's starting to scream out for some stuff. So the ends I'm going to retwist, and some of the front twists that have started to loosen a bit. But other than that, it's hanging in there pretty well. If this refresh can somehow make these twists last for the next 2 weeks in Maine, I'll be so excited. I just found out we're going to be going on a rafting trip, so they're going to be getting wet, so wish me and this hair luck, you guys. This is definitely going to be on my frequent roster of hairstyles. This break so far from wash day has been so nice. Even though it takes a lot of time and preparation initially, I think it's totally worth it. It's been so cool on my neck because these past couple of days we're starting to get close to 100 degrees. So this style has been keeping me much cooler than usual. Doing my half up, half down style that I've been rocking a lot with this one. Keeps the hair out of my face, but I'm able to still wear it down. It looks really cute. I can put the twist over to the side. Definitely giving like protective, straight hair vibes with the versatility that I'm able to enjoy. A lot easier to style my hair in these different styles than when it's usually loose and curly, which I still love, but this break is awesome. I really hope that you guys enjoy going along this journey of doing this protective style with me. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye!